They're going to run the football. Jim Harbaugh is committed to the run in a way that no other head coach in the NFL is. Not even Kyle Shanahan is as committed to the run as Jim Harbaugh is. And they got to do exactly what they wanted to do in this game. Run the ball well, limit the throws, although Herbert did almost throw for 200 yards in the first half, and he hasn't even thrown for 200 yards in a game yet this season. Chargers got everything that they wanted. Broncos just couldn't figure it out, man. Bo Nix was struggling. There was a couple bad drops from the wide receivers. Offensive line struggling. Penalties. Pre-snap penalties. We got holds. We got delay of game. Broncos were a hot mess today, man. The whole game was an absolute hot mess from the Denver Broncos. And they got to take a long, hard look at things. And you know what? It starts with Sean Payton. Sean Payton needs to take a long, hard look at things. How's he preparing these guys? What is going on in the pre-offensive play process? What is going on in the play calling process for Sean Payton? Why are there so many delayed games? Look, I'm not hearing what's going on there. I don't know if Sean Payton got the play call out on time. I don't know if Sean Payton took 10 minutes to get the play calls out. But we have had way too many delayed games. You see a lot of delayed games with young quarterbacks, but the amount that the Broncos have had this year has been absurd. And that does go on Sean Payton just as much as that goes on Bo Nix. Bo Nix needs to complete some passes early in the game. Look, man, it takes him way too long to get into a rhythm. Against the Raiders, he sucked in the first half. He figured it out in the second half. Against the Chargers, he sucked in the first three quarters. He figured it out in the fourth quarter. I don't even know if I'm going to give him credit for figuring it out in the fourth quarter because it was all garbage time. The Chargers are going to prevent defense. We went into 2-minute mode. It's not as hard as you think to complete passes in a 2-minute drill. It's hard to finish the drive, but it is not hard to actually move the sticks and move down the field. It's not good enough, man. Bit surprised that the defense got dominated the way they did. You wouldn't know it necessarily by the total point score. It's not like they gave up 40 points, but they gave up 10, 12, 15 play drives. That's getting your ass kicked, man. That is getting your ass kicked. That is an old school ass kicking. And now the Broncos got a short week. They don't have a whole lot of time to figure things out. When you play on a Thursday night, they will not have one single padded practice this week. You would think that you actually stay in the building longer on a short week when you're preparing on Thursday night. They actually do the opposite. They get you out of the building quicker. You go all walkthroughs and you get out of the building because it is important for your body to get some recovery. They don't want you on your feet all too long. It's smart, the science behind it, but my point is they don't get an opportunity to get a real practice in before New Orleans. So they got to live with this taste. And then they got to come out on Thursday night. Losing Pat Surtain sucked. I've had my share of concussions, and when I banged my head on the ground like Pat did, those were my worst concussions. So cross my fingers, hope and pray for Pat that he's okay, first and foremost. And then you start to think about when can you get him back. Well, you're damn sure not getting him back on a short week. You're not getting Pat Surtain back on Thursday night this week. I didn't see the New Orleans game, but I had a bunch of people texting in saying that Spencer Rattler actually played pretty good football for New Orleans today. I'll go back and I'll look at it later. I'll make my own opinion on it. Broncos are now at a pivotal point of the season. You went on a winning streak there, which was awesome. But now do they know how to handle adversity? And that's been the part that I've been waiting to see from Bo Nix. When he gets punched in the mouth, can he bounce back? Can he punch back? And I don't know if this team's got that. I don't think they've got the ability to fight back through adversity. So if the defense isn't playing perfect football, it's going to be tough to win football games. Look, they've won 3 games because the defense has played out of their minds. They won 3 straight because the defense played out of their damn minds. You can't count on that every single week. It's just not going to happen. At some point, the offense has to win a football game also. We haven't had that game yet. Maybe Tampa. Maybe you could give it to the offense in Tampa. But they've been competitive because of the defense. And now the defense is sitting there like, look, man, like we had an average game for once. Can you guys help us out? Troy Franklin, can you catch a ball? Sean Payton, can you come up with a better 2-point conversion than the fly sweep to Marvin Mims? Defense is going to get frustrated. It's going to happen. It's human nature. It absolutely is. Go through some of the comments here, catch up with you guys before I end the broadcast. That was close. Not really. Not as close as you think. Wasn't all Bo's fault. Turnovers by Javonte and the defense sucked, especially for being a top D in the league. Yeah, the Javonte Williams can't put the ball on the ground, and he damn sure can't do it twice. I'm not putting it all on Bo Nix, but he's got his fair share of the blame. Defense, points-wise, didn't give up a ton of points, but they did get their asses kicked because they ran the ball down our throats. Stupid Chargers fan who's been in all my broadcasts for like the last 5 days, he's back. Bull gang, let's go. Yeah, you suck. Scram. Deshaun smoked the bong before games. Hope not. You don't have 3 wins without that D, that's for sure. I think I saw Moxie with the team. They didn't mail it in. I disagree with you there, Dan. They moved the ball in garbage time. I'm not putting too much, I'm not banking too much on what happened at the end of the game there. Thursday night, hope they don't embarrass themselves in front of the world. Yeah, you and me too. I'm worried, though. I'm worried on a short week. Thanks for your watch long. It's great to see you doing this. No problem. I appreciate all 2,000 of you that are watching right now. I love you guys. I'm still in on Bo Nix for now. I'm not out on Bo. Don't hear me wrong. Criticism does not mean I'm out on the young man. He's a young quarterback that is trying to figure things out, but I was hoping to have more progress. I was hoping to go from point A to point B to point C, and it's not going to be in a straight line. It's going to be like a stock chart. We're going to go up, we're going to go down, we're going to go up, we're going to go down, but at the end of the year, we just got to keep getting higher and higher, and that was not a game that got higher for Bo. That was a game that went down. 8-9, shoot. You go 8-9 at the end of the year, that's a successful season in my opinion. It wasn't about this year. Shut up, Chargers fan. So did they play with heart anyway? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they could have packed their bags at the end of the game. They didn't pack their bags. At least when you turn on the film in the fourth quarter, those boys don't have to hide from the film. They came out with effort. They didn't fold the tent. They kept fighting. That $20 million a year coach needs to start earning his keep. I don't disagree. At the very least, he's got to stop being a part of the problems. Your head coach cannot be a part of the game day problems. Broncos tears, yum. Shut up, Donald. Yeah, the Bolts fans chiming in all of a sudden. Broncos fans drinking the Kool-Aid after that 3-game win streak. Thought you could beat the Chargers. I actually predicted a loss in this game. Do a radio show, Columbus Hastings, DMAC, 12-3 every single day over there on Altitude 92.5. If you haven't tuned in, best show in town, if I do say so myself. I predicted the Broncos were going to lose this game, but I did not predict the offense looking as crap-tastic as it did. And that was crap-tastic. Thought the offensive line is going to have a lot of questions after this game. Pretty disappointed in the performance. You know what? Those guys are making too much money to be struggling. They got to be, the offensive line has to be a part of the solution. When you invest big bucks on the O-line, they need to earn their money. Plain and simple. I thought Garrett Bowles was catching with his body way too much in pass protection today. He was wrapping, using his arms, trying to block with his chest. You got to block with your hands, man. You got to punch. You got to be violent with your hands. Violent hands. This damn fan base is so weak. Last week we're on top of the world, praising everybody. This week it's all burning to the ground. That's not what it's about. Last week it wasn't about being on top of the world, and this week it ain't about burning it to the ground. It's about healthy criticism. It's about constructive criticism. And when I talk to you guys, I talk as if I'm a coach in the building. I talk as how I would address these guys in the team meeting room, what I'm seeing on film. And some people say the best time to learn is after losses. I think the best time to learn is after a win. So now it's even more challenging after a loss. It's way easier to coach guys after a win because everybody's in a good mood. All right, Broncos got the short week now. They got to figure some things out. I love you guys. I appreciate you all tuning in. Mount Columbus Speaks. If you have not subscribed over on YouTube yet, will you please do that? Will you head over there right now? Give me a subscribe. If you're on Twitter watching the broadcast right now, just go into my bio. Links right there. We got fresh content pouring in every single day. I'll have the all 22. I'll do my game film review of this on Tuesday. I believe Coach Mike Sanford, the old interim head coach for the Buffaloes, I think he's going to be a guest with me on Tuesday. We'll do that Tuesday at 8 p.m. We'll do the all 22 film review. We'll do it live. We'll get Coach's perspective on the quarterback. He'll have a better perspective than I do. He coached quarterbacks his entire career. And we got content that's pumping out every single day. So stay tuned. Stay subscribed. Appreciate y'all. Tough loss. Hope you all have a better rest of your Sunday. Mount Columbus out.